Guten Tag. It is Sunday, the 27th of October, just checking. 2019, yesterday I completed part run in Zielona Alphabet Challenge letter Z in Poland. To do that, we stayed the weekend in Berlin. And I remembered when I knew that my friend Louis lives in Berlin. And you've been here a year now.
Indeed, nearly a year.
And so I thought, time to ride some trains, ride the U-Bahn, and you can tell me everything you've learned in a year of living in Berlin. So you're au fait with the Underground.
I'm au fait with the Underground.
And with the Paris Metro.
Correct.
And now with the German metro system. So where are you going to take us to?
Right now we're going to Gleisdreieck, which is literally the name of the station means the triangle of tracks, and it's a very historical place for this, for how the network grew, was built and evolved.
The doors are very similar. They make the same me sound as the Paris Metro.
Slightly different sound in Paris. It's a continuous me sound.
I've realised we've come from a lower level. Are we on the U2?
We're on the U2.
And this is the
U1 and 3.
The U1 and 3, but what's over here?
This is the remains of a viaduct because what is now the U1 and 3, sorry, and the U2 used to all link here in the station, which is called the Triangle of Tracks. And there was a derailment in 1908. Potentially on this viaduct, and maybe on the other one on the other side, which was demolished, which led to them rearranging the station in this sort of crazy double-decker above-ground station, which is actually quite stunning. And this is the link that existed between the two lines, and now there's offices on them for some reason. So we are at Nollendorfplatz, which is an important connection station. This station has a lot of weird platforms where you have one line and a total different line on the other side.
That happened to me last night. I can't remember the name of the station. I will look it up in post. The name of the station is flashing up on the screen now, but we came in at a station and I assumed that the one on the opposite platform was like the other direction, but it wasn't. My friend Matt I was with went, no, that's our train. He realised and we all ran across and it departed just in time. So it was a bit of forward thinking there. So that happens a lot on the U-Bahn.
Yes.
So that to me looked like an older style train. How many types of rolling stock are there?
Indeed. Well, on the Kleine profile line, so the 1, 2, 3 and 4, there's 4 different types, and they are not even consistently used on the same line. So on the same day, even here, if we wait on the platform, you can have 4 different types of trains go through, which is very different to like London tube lines and Paris metro lines, where people recognise their tube line or their metro line with the type of train.
So this is the newer style. Is this
yes,
the newest?
It's one of the two
or just the newer?
Ones.
It's not the newest.
I actually don't know which is newer, but they're all way newer compared to the old ones.
I'm a bit sad that you don't know your different types of trains.
To be fair, I still don't know what the exact name of the Bakerloo line stock is. What year it is?
Well, I want to say 73.
Right.
I hope it's not 72. Pretty sure it's 73.
Because Piccadilly is.
Oh, that's 73. And the Bakerloo 72. There you go. I know. See, I know. I had to think. I know. Is it me or is that the Brandenburg Gate?
Correct. It's on all trains, all U-Bahn trains. I think it's just to prevent graffitis as well, and also it's kind of the major landmark that signifies the reunification of the city and the country.
So we've come to Wittenbergplatz. I can see it already. A lot of people on Instagram this morning went, you have to go to Wittenbergplatz, Geoff, to very deliberately find Why is it here? Louis, quick, history, go.
Apparently in 1952, London Transport executives gave this to the U-Bahn board as, I suppose, a sign of friendship between the two cities. I mean, this, back in those days, was West Berlin, so, that is also quite interesting that it happened in this side of town. And it's very well kept up.
But you're going to take us to a station which famously was the line started in West Berlin and then it ran through East Berlin and then crossed the wall again.
Indeed.
Underground back in. So what did they do? Did they you couldn't get out on the East Berlin side?
There were some lines which they split into. There was an east line and a west line, and there were some lines which were mostly in the west but with a tiny dip in the east, and they went through closed stations that were guarded by the East German Army.
Okay, wow.
Which is crazy.
So there'd be soldiers based inside
The stations, and the train wouldn't stop all through East Berlin.
Just go through.
Go through.
I just sent a message to my friend Kai. Hi Kai. Kai, this is the moment that I sent you a message on Slack going, what's the German for escalator and does it have a literal meaning? Rolltreppe, I guess, Rolltreppe, meaning rolling stairs. Makes sense, right? No, what's this map? You're saying this is a nice old map?
This is a historical map which I would assume is pre-World War I.
So pre-World War One?
I think so, we should check though.
But there's no date on it.
This is the poshest ATM in Berlin. Look at the woodwork. Actually, you need cash is king in Germany. Need cash, anybody?
It's right-hand running. You'd know. English, French person. Why in Paris? Why does the RER run on the left?
Because it's paired to the national rail trains in France, which actually were built with running à l'anglaise on the left.
À l'anglaise.
Exactly.
There's an expression. Something that I've noticed on the U-Bahn is that they put maps on the ceiling. So my camera's flat on the ground right now, so is this during the crowded commute? You can look up at the ceiling and you can see the map. That's good. Get your ticket out. Okay, we're on the train. We're going to talk tickets real quick. You're saying that Berlin has zones A and B, which are a bit like London's 1 to 6, and then zone C is sort of the equivalent of outside of London zone
basically.
6. Yeah. So you can get away with zone A and B, but you've got what kind of ticket?
I've got an A and B monthly pass.
An A and B monthly pass, but here's the brilliant thing. Imagine in London if you had a monthly Oyster card, what does that allow you to do at weekends?
This allows you to bring one adult and I think 2 or 3 children for free extra on the weekend. So right now, Geoff has paid a ticket for nothing basically.
So
it's Sunday.
I could have travelled with you.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's the same after 8 PM on a weekday.
That's amazing.
And that's €63 a month.
But the other thing is, the weird thing is, and this is the most incredible thing about the Berlin metro system, there's no ticket barriers, there's no barrier gates.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. You're just trusted. They just trust you. But the thing is, I think in like 15 years of tube travelling in London, I've been revenue inspected on a train. At the gate line it's happened times, but on the train once in like maybe my entire life. But here, how many times would you say you've been revenue inspected?
It happens sometimes several times a week. It's insane.
Okay.
And they're fined because I have been fined.
Why did you get fined?
Because I was in between having a weekly and the beginning of the monthly. So
Right.
I had 3 days with nothing. I was like, I've never been inspected.
So you chanced it?
Yeah.
How much is the fine?
€60.
Wow. Okay.
Which is basically a month.
Okay. So they trust you, but they do a lot of heavy revenue inspection.
And they are all in plain clothes, so you don't see them coming. And they arrive with like 3 or 4 of them.
But they have a badge, right? Do they show ID?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have this machine and they check this because they can like check the data.
I'm gonna TFL. Hi, could you watch my videos? Would you ever consider just getting rid of the Oyster card and all barrier gates and just having like a Berlin style "we trust you" system? Think about it. Checking the map. Olympia. So there's a Kensington Olympia in London. Is that the closest match between a Berlin U-Bahn and a London Underground? I wonder. Oh, we become. That's the thing I didn't ask Louis. The U-Bahn, is it generally cut and cover, or does any of it go like deep level?
None is very, very deep. None is as deep as the deep London.
Okay, so it's pretty much all like 20 foot down.
Yeah.
Which means you get phone signal. I've been getting at least edge signal.
But they've actually installed proper relays as well.
Are we getting out here?
Yeah.
Okay, just grab the camera.
That would help. You said it was the most Charles Holden-esque type.
Absolutely.
Station
I was going here, I think, for a concert, and I kind of turned back onto my steps, looking back at the
you
station building.
realised?
I was like, my goodness, this feels like. Name me a Charles Holden station.
I love the giant map though. Have you seen the giant
Yes.
map? What the heck is that?
It is the U-Bahn Museum of Berlin. But it's only open on the first Sunday of the month.
What's in there? In three words.
Old maps, signaling box, and old cabs of trains.
Old, new. So we've come to Stadion,
Look at it.
and you think it's very Charles Holden. It could be Oakwood or Southgate
exactly.
or Arnos Grove. Would you like should we get a nice dramatic still?
Indeed.
Let's. So we're heading for the S-Bahn station, which neatly segues from the U-Bahn system into the S-Bahn system, but we'll talk about that when we get the other network. And there's a third one too, there's the regionals.
Exactly.
When we get on a train. Why should there be a cab here?
Well, because we're at the rear of a unit. Units on the S-Bahn are 2 carriages, and so under this little thingy there, you can open it with keys, and there's a little mini cab where you can drive the train backwards. It's so weird.
A bit like the DLR.
Yeah, kind of like the DLR.
Hi.
Hello.
We're on an S-Bahn train.
Yeah.
S-Bahn is what?
It's basically more, like most people think it means suburban, but it doesn't really. It's just historically another of the city, transport networks, and it basically runs alongside national rail tracks, but only serves Berlin and nearby Brandenburg.
And there's also regional trains. Would you say that those are national rail?
Yes,
trains?
they definitely are, because they go quite far.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's a great thing. Think of Crossrail. Do you think Crossrail matches regional or S-Bahn the closest?
Ooh. I think S-Bahn, in the sense that it very much, Crossrail has by design, it's been meant to look and feel, TfL, the roundel,
right,
everything.
So I often compare Crossrail, Cross Peuple, to the RER in Paris, but here in Berlin you compare it to the S-Bahn.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Do you like the S-Bahn? What do you prefer?
Yeah.
S-Bahn.
I actually prefer the S-Bahn.
Do you want to learn how to do a poll on YouTube?
Let's do that.
If you point above your head, go point. A poll is now appearing. You didn't like that one? No.
Oh yeah, there it is.
You've gone too far, Louis.
No.
There we go. Now, vote S-Bahn or U-Bahn for your favourite Berlin line. Was that you want to say something about the nice traction current noise?
I do. So, some people in London love the sound of the Dewey Line stock. I find this one similarly satisfying. Listen. It has a very nice progression.
Does that scratch your train nerd spot?
Yeah. Train noises are big.
On the S-Bahn. Can you hear my cold, by the way? Still got it. Had that a month now. Good. We're coming into Hauptbahnhof. I have been here before, so I know what to expect. It's the most...
It's a train temple, almost.
Architecturally stunning engineering masterpiece of railwayness station building ever. And you're going to have a... What do you call it? A temple?
Yeah.
It's a temple.
It's a train temple.
It's a train temple.
Can you see the tracks down there? Can you see the tracks down there?
So how many levels are there here?
There's 2 railway levels, and there's many intermediate levels with all sorts of shops and services. But it's mainly the crossroads of like an east-west axis and a north-south axis. Look at how high this is. This makes me nervous. Like, trying to imagine. I can't actually tell how high we are. It must be, I don't know, 20 meters.
Like the nearest Britain has, or London has, is maybe St Pancras. So St Pancras is multi-level, multi-track, multi-railway, so many people. There's a line above me right now. There's a line below me right now. It's huge. There's a Pret here.
Yeah, there's a
no.
Pret. Let's go to Pret.
No, let's go to Pret. we're back onto the U6.
Yes.
We're going to head for that where I changed last night.
Indeed.
What station
Heading
is that?
down.
And then we'll go down.
Towards Nokholm.
That's where I'm staying. Just quickly,
One last thing to show.
the seats we're sitting on
have the most, like, and each city has like their theme, and this is probably the most famous or maybe infamous maquette of Berlin.
Classic design.
Classic design.
So we'll leave you with the shot of the classic design. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your Berlin tour.
Great fun.
And I'll
Great
see
fun.
you in London sometime.
Yeah.
That's it. Go away, bye now.
Ciao.
Bye. Ciao. No, say.
Oh, the German way.
Yes.
Tschüss.
There we go.